said Chrisean finna be on the run because somebody was able to send pictures to the police department of Chrisean Jr. genital parts, and they said he was bleeding from his diaper. She allegedly has not been taking him to his hernia surgeries, so they're not up to date as well. He also has severe diaper rashes, and
I want to put up $5,000 that Blueface and Chrisean Rock have a baby. Let's start making bets now. Come on now, listen. I got $5,000 that Chrisean Rock and Blueface have a baby. Baby gonna be dumb. They not gonna have a healthy baby. I got bets on right now.
I just said so many times, hey, okay, hey, fine. You see how I just try to, did you see how I just try to convince myself?
Chrisean Rock might soon be on the run. Why? Due to the fact that someone, allegedly a close friend or family member, managed to get graphic, distressing photos and provide them to the police. We are discussing images of the purportedly bleeding private area of Chrisean's infant kid. Think about that for a moment. Photographic evidence of a baby boy bleeding from his diaper was sent to law enforcement. It wasn't the whole tale either. His medical care has reportedly been ignored for months as a result of her frequent absences from his scheduled hernia surgeries. Additionally, it has been reported that the boy had serious diaper rashes that went untreated, something that any decent parent would have seen and taken care of immediately. The kind of sign that suggests more than just forgetfulness. It screams chronic neglect. People are placing bets now that everything is boiling over in
and everybody's seeing and hearing about what's on them does not cancel her. I don't know what else at this point will. Like, somebody needs to get that little boy out of her care and get him out of her care quick. I tried to give Chrisean the benefit of the doubt because, you know, you're not always the best parent. Not everybody is the best parent, but they might be the best parent for that child. No, she's not the best parent at all. Like, seeing what's on these medical records is making me sick. Like, mind y'all, he didn't ask to be here and she did not have to have him. And also, if y'all not gonna know about HIPAA, don't talk about HIPAA. HIPAA pertains to the people that signed the HIPAA paper, the HIPAA forms, you know, agreeing not to violate that, which therefore goes for the medical records, the hospital workers, the doctors, you know, things like that, not friends and family. They didn't sign or agree to no HIPAA lawsuit maybe, but nobody's violating HIPAA talking about this. Mind y'all, there's a whole list of things, but I'm just going to point out the major ones. The first one being, like we all assumed, he does suffer from fetal alcohol syndrome. He does suffer from neonatal abstinence syndrome, which basically is withdrawal. And from the records, they're saying that it was called. He does also suffer from spasticity, which would explain why he's almost 2 and cannot walk or barely move. If y'all notice, Chrisean always has him either in a stroller or carrying him. It's basically a neurological condition that causes abnormal muscle stiffness or tightness and makes moving pretty hard. But mind y'all, he's a baby. Yeah, times 10. He also suffers from seizure disorder. Another big one was CVI, which is cortical visual impairment. And that is basically when a portion of the brain has been damaged, therefore leading to, like, it's basically going to affect how he interprets visual stimulus, like problems with processing, problems with, you know, paying attention, problems with recognition. And based off how we've seen Junior, these all are making sense. The big kicker here is that with all of the things listed, he's supposed to be in palliative care. For y'all that don't know, that is basically care that's supposed to, like, help prolong his life and make it a more stable, durable life. Without that, things are not going to go well. So when people are telling Chrisean that she needs to get her son the help that he needs, there's literally help that he needs. As a mom, just as a human, but as a mom, it's sad, it's sickening. The internet was able to tell you that you needed to get your son help before you could admit that he needed help. Like, I don't see how people are not seeing the deeper problem when it comes to this. I don't see why or how she still has her son. It's so sad because that little boy did not ask to be here. And from jump, from before she even had Junior, people have been pointing out certain behaviors and certain things that Chrisean is doing or has done that they knew was going to affect the baby, yet she still has the baby and she's getting worse and worse. I don't feel bad for her one bit. I'm glad that people are talking about it. I'm glad that people are speaking up about it because I think that all of the rumors and all the ruckus and seeing how she does her son, how bad of a job she does being a mother, is what got the medical records to be leaked. Because let Chrisean tell her son is perfectly fine and we just need to mind our business. The whole time, he needs to be in a very certain strict type of care. Like, it makes me so mad, and that's not even my child, because he did not ask to be here and she did not have to have him. Like, at this point, he might have been better off not here, and I'm so sad to say, but look at the life he has to live because of somebody being so careless and selfish. The fact that everybody just stands around and, like, no friends, no family, nobody's going to say anything or do anything, step in, it's just wild to me. She wonders why people get on the internet and bash her so badly. Girl, we're not even bashing you for you, we're bashing you because of how you...
An ardent critic even said they were willing to risk $5,000 on the notion that the unborn child of Blueface and Chrisean Rock would not be like the others. They anticipated that the baby would struggle, have issues, and be stunted both mentally and physically. You tremble at the kind of scathing, even violent remark. But after weighing the evidence, you start to wonder if there's something horrifyingly real driving the savagery. Then came Charleston White, never afraid to make a move and never one to back down, the hornet's nest. He said something that struck a chord of brutal honesty, but it also came across as icy and heartless. The rest were too afraid to speak, but he did. That Chrisean ruined the young man's life before he was even born. Furthermore, there are currently reports that Blueface Jr., Chrisean's baby, might not even survive the upcoming months. It's more than just speculation. That's what those who have seen the medical records are saying.
I'm a mother, but I'm a good ass. We all know that, baby. I'm a mother. What's not clicking? I'm standing on $1 million house without doing a season.
Indeed, his medical records were made public online, and what they revealed was definitely foul. The boy is dealing with multiple illnesses. No single diagnosis exists. The list is comprehensive. Multiple diagnoses, multiple needs. However, it has been claimed that Chrisean has continued to ignore procedures, skip appointments, skip treatments, and let time go by while her child suffers. Jason Lee comes next. He was on his show just a few weeks ago, smiling, laughing, and conversing. Shortly thereafter, however, he openly chastised her online. Why? Because he was apparently shocked by what he saw when he saw the baby up close during her visit.
Out and said my truth about what's going on, and it's so embarrassing to say, oh, I did that. She probably forgot it because she lied to herself so long. Whatever happened. So she tried to make me take it back as if I did it for a clout. Like, I'm not finna play like that. And I wasn't the only one that came out about you, so.
But she said she's suing you for making the allegations that she
Where's the paperwork? Where's the sue? She's lying. I ain't getting not one paperwork.
So there's no lawsuit?
No.
The disclosures indicate that Junior's health is rapidly deteriorating. This is no longer merely rumors. This concern has been validated by those who have had a close look at the baby. Let's break everything down. The list of health issues is long and crippling. The baby is said to have fetal alcohol syndrome. That shouldn't be shocking. People have been speculating that she was continuing to drink as if nothing had changed since she announced she was pregnant, but now it's confirmed. Additionally, it has been reported that he had newborn abstinence syndrome, which indicates that he was already exhibiting withdrawal symptoms from the substances his mother used during her pregnancy. Next is spasticity, a neurological condition that results in incredibly tight and rigid muscles. That may be sufficient to explain why the nearly 2-year-old boy can't walk and barely moves. As a result, unlike other babies, he never tries to crawl or explore. Chrisean is constantly pushing him in a stroller or holding him. That is not what lazy parenting is.
Huh? I'm not busy at all.
Dad, I'm not
even busy.
Babe,
Chasing me right now.
I'm not busy at all. I'm not busy. I'm not busy. I'm about to put a baby in the car. Is that okay? Do you mind taking them to the car? Thank you.
You mind taking them to the car? Thank you.
Here it goes. Here I come, Papa. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. I'm going to the dentist. Y'all want to come? Okay. Well, is Jack coming?
Jack's driving.
Y'all act like that. Y'all don't even know what's going on. I'm not putting my child in the camera. Y'all keep saying, attend to my baby. I am attending to my baby. That's why I have certain people here.
That's the only way the boy can move, and it gets worse. He also reportedly suffers from cortical visual impairment, or CVI, and seizures. This suggests that he has had a brain injury that affects how he processes visual information. He might not be blind, but his brain cannot process images well. And if you've ever seen those videos when he's simply staring off into space, that might be the cause. Doctors are also suggesting palliative care for him in addition to all of that. That extends beyond just being admitted to the hospital. Palliative treatment is available to children who have illnesses that could be fatal. The primary objective of this kind of care is to make the time he has left more enjoyable. When people beg Count to take care of her son and mine, they aren't being overly dramatic. They're warning that he might not make it if she doesn't act now, and then there's the HIPAA debate. As everyone yells, there's a privacy violation. There's a news flash though.
With my mother, you just mad that it's not you. What did you talk about? All right, and then let's really get in the nitty gritty though. Let's really get in the nitty gritty. It's not fake. So I don't know why I keep saying it's fake. I just got it professionally done at a place where they do like some real good. 2.
HIPAA only protects friends, family, healthcare providers, and anybody with access through unauthorized channels. They're not bound by HIPAA. Therefore, the disclosure of these records was not necessarily illegal. Although it was both depressing and upsetting, some argue that it was required because it is the only way the public is even aware of how awful this is. Chrisean's fans are becoming fewer in number. Many people who once thought she was innocent are now opposing her. Some people believe it's not necessary to be a perfect parent. Raising your child well is all that is required of you. But this doesn't seem like parenting. It looks like a complete collapse. And they're saying it out loud. This boy didn't ask to be here, so Chrisean didn't have to keep him, but she did. Now, she is failing him in every manner possible. Nor was it just the records that were released. Someone allegedly from Junior's personal group took pictures of her bleeding privates.
And it's crazy because yeah, he just popped it.
To the services that protect children. The decision to act was then decided by CPS. Many people still question why it took so long, though. According to a former CPS employee, removing a child from a parent who is addicted to drugs is much more difficult than most people know. She explained that even if a baby tests positive for drugs at birth, they often go home with their parents. Usually, CPS just ensures that the home has the essentials, such as diapers, formula, and a cot. They don't take them away unless the youngster is in immediate danger, but they might offer some help. The public thinks CPS is a heroic agency, but that isn't the case. It has flaws, lacks enough staff, and is much too lenient with famous parents. However, this is the part that actually makes you feel sick. Chrisean Jr. skipped multiple hernia surgery appointments, but none of them were successful. Until Blueface lost his temper and made the decision to act independently. He posted pictures of the baby's private area online. The writer's statement, "I don't care about Croc's feelings," was heartbreaking and graphic. "She acts as if my son's everyday suffering is unproblematic. You had a baby live, but you were disturbed that the truth was public. And you can say whatever you want about Blueface, but he wasn't lying. People are now worried that Junior could not live to be 3 years old. that Chris's life expectancy is dropping every day while he's under his care. Jason Lee, who has been a part of their problems since the start, had to admit that things were worse than he had thought.
I mean, what he diagnosed with, what he look like, what he sound like. Y'all know nothing about God, and y'all know nothing about nothing. You talking to me like that, I rebuke everything y'all saying about my child, to be honest. But I like it, bro. You know why? Because all the glory to God, bro. Like, they're gonna be looking real stupid.
During a recent taping, he apparently saw the baby firsthand and told Chrisean she needed to act quickly before it was too late. Techie, Chrisean's own sister, abruptly joined the conflict. After Chrisean accused Tiki online of unaliving her ex, Tiki replied angrily. She quickly brought Chrisean's parenting back into the spotlight, that she was a bad mother, asserted that she doesn't care about her child, claimed to be living in $1 million home and showing off her Blueface tattoos while her kid is suffering. She's right, it's a beautiful house. The baby is ignored and uncared for despite the opulent lifestyle. Things become worse. Chrisean became viral again when she was spotted on Twitch leaving her baby in a hot car as she was arguing with Blueface on the phone. In real life, people started to report on her. The discomfort of the car was evident. The baby was crying. Additionally, instead of caring for her baby personally, she asked a Twitch crew member or someone on set to go look after him. People were incensed. Due to the volume of complaints, Twitch banned her account completely. The question, why is she still allowed to have this child, keeps coming up. It's the $1 million question, to be honest. She's unaware of how much even the lives she shares end up disclosing. Junior will cry in the background while she rants about her Blueface tattoo on video, while the infant is staring off into space as if he doesn't even know what planet he's on. She will boast about how clean and sober she is today. People are beginning to suspect that he may be blind. She simply responds with additional rubbish when fans criticize her. She says he's alright, he's a $1 billion baby, she says. In actuality, though, she is avoiding reality. The sugarcoating of it is over. They're making it very apparent that this is more than just dysfunction. This poses a risk. This is mistreatment, and something irrevocable could occur if nothing is done quickly. I'd like to hear from you now. Do you think Jason Lee actually advised her to seek assistance? Do you believe she is intentionally ignoring the warning signs? And will CPS finally take action at this point, or will we continue to see this young boy suffer in front of our eyes? There is yet more to this tale, so please share your ideas in the comments section. By no means